I've always liked this little mouse. He was such a cool character. Little mouse. This game influenced me a lot as a kid because I took fencing lessons because of this game. I got a little rat that I named Sandy because of this game, because of that mouse right there. This is one of the only soldiers in this entire game that will not approach you. You have to approach him, and it's quite dangerous because he'll try to repost everything that you're doing, and it's quite it's quite a difficult battle, especially for a 7-year-old kid playing this. It was very difficult to do. Nowadays, for me, it's not that hard, but I still find it to be a little bit difficult, especially compared with all of the battles in this game. That, I would say, is one of the hardest battles that you can possibly face. Always had a lot of trouble with that guy. The fat soldier on level 6, he can be pretty hard. Sometimes he'll get a good sword battle going and knock you off that cliff. I've always found him to be pretty challenging. Level 8 here, though, in my opinion, is the hardest level to get through in this entire game. If you're quick enough, you will never know that there's actually a mouse on this level, or why that scene even happened. I always love the spikes coming out when you're hanging over them. It looks so epic. But if you're quick enough in this level, you will never even know why that mouse was in that cutscene. I'm no longer quick enough, and this guy is a pain in the ass, because if you get into the next screen and just run straight up to him, he will kill you instantly. So you kind of gotta slide around there. I don't know if there's a better way of doing that. I don't remember how I used to do it when I was a kid, but that is how I remember doing it today, at the very least. These were always a pain in the ass. Pain in the ass. Had to get through all those doors, and it was all perfectly timed. I had lots of trouble with that as a kid. That was just so troublesome for me. Nowadays, I really enjoy it, though. This kind of screws you over if you don't get him on that panel that's right next to the door, because that actually shuts the door, so you need to jump over it. And the problem with jumping over it is that you got to stop like almost immediately, and you can get screwed over pretty easy there. This was always a pain in the ass until I realized you could just jump on through it. But I never really got through that on my first try as a kid. I always thought I just had to wait for something to happen, and this is where the mouse comes in. If we wait a bit, but I love that mouse. He's so awesome. I am not quite close enough here. But yeah, I always thought that you just had to wait and slowly step your way through it, and I got killed so many times on that chomper area right there. When I finally learned that you could just jump on through it, oh man, I was so frustrated with myself. It makes it a lot easier when you can just jump on through there. Mouse, you're so good. Have a pat on the head. I don't like that it lags, but there's not much I can do about it lagging in those cutscenes there. I totally screwed that up. This is definitely no perfect run. Let's try that again. There we go. But yeah, this was really difficult. And I remember I would get to the same level over and over again, and just keep on playing it over and over again until I could manage to pass that level. I would learn all the timings of the chompers, and figure out which soldiers were difficult to fight against. It was great fun for me. Really loved this game as a kid. And interestingly, something that they kind of broke in the newer games was the prince here that we're playing was never actually a named character. He was just the prince. And in the newer ones, I believe he's still pretty much named the prince, but Ubisoft, or Ubisoft, depending on how you like pronouncing them, they came up with that movie, and they decided that they were going to name him for that movie. I really didn't like that they named him. I thought that kind of ruined the Prince character, and I totally fell by accident there. That was not something I meant to do. But I never liked that they named him something. That just seemed like it broke the canon of this game. I really liked that he was this unnamed guy in this really street boy kind of garb, even though he's a prince. He didn't quite know him. Now this guy, he looks similar to the guy on level 8, but he's actually nowhere near as hard as the guy on level 8. He can be killed quite easily. In fact, I'm knocking him straight out of the screen because he's that crappy. I enjoy knocking them straight out of the screen. It's like, yeah, I'm probably going to win this fight if I can move you out of the screen. Some of the jumps in this game were just so amazingly epic. I've always loved how you're jumping over spikes. You're getting through a whole bunch of those chompers all at once. It always made me feel like I was doing something really cool when I was a little kid. That's a big part of the reason why I liked Thief, because it felt so absolutely epic when you were playing as Garrett. And the Prince was really the first time that I got that epic feeling. So I always thought that was really cool. I remember there used to be a way that you could jump in and out of that chomper there. When I was a kid, I used to do that, but nowadays I don't remember how that works. So instead, I tend to just walk through that part, just because it ends up making it a lot more difficult for me if I don't just walk through that part. You're being a little bit troublesome, Mr. Purple Guy. I'm going to advance on you and end this fight faster. I don't know why I was having any trouble at all with that purple guy. He's usually nowhere near as difficult as that. I always love that little music at the end of the levels. Made you feel so accomplished once you got to the end. Alright, level 10. This is where the levels really start to get pretty painfully difficult. It's not nearly as easy as the levels before it. I mean, not to say that the levels before it are easy, by any stretch of the word, but this one is where the difficulty really picked up in my opinion. I always had a lot of trouble with this this particular level as a kid. Let's see if I can do this on the first try. Nice. That always gave me a lot of trouble. This green guy, he does not matter whatsoever. We'll just leave him alone. Who cares about him? And we'll just run on over here. In the console version of this, the new updated one that they kind of included with Prince Persia: The Sands of Time, they changed a lot of this. Actually, it might have been with Warrior Within. I can't remember which one actually included this, but one of them included the whole Prince of Persia game in there, which was really neat. It was like an update of it. You could flip off walls and do all this cool stuff. Now, in the updated version, there was the capability to get a lot more health points. Like there was a health point on level 1 which is not available in this game. So I don't know if that was a mistake on their part, or they just decided that they were going to have more health potions to increase your life bar. I don't know exactly what they were thinking with that, but I always found it kind of interesting that they added that stuff. And there's actually a health potion in this level, in that version, where if you go past the place where I didn't deal with that guard, there's a panel in the ceiling that you can knock down. In this version of the game, that is not a potion that increases your health. Instead, it's just a regular potion that will refill one triangle of your health. So it's completely worthless in this version of the game. Remember when I was a kid, I used to put my sword away and just walk up these stairs while this guy was still alive. I'm not that good anymore. But I used to do some crazy things when I was a kid. The problem with putting your sword away in this game is that it will actually cause you to be an instant kill for anyone who comes to attack you. So it's very risky to put your sword away, and I cannot do that anymore. But if you run all the way across here, you get a nice little health potion to make up for the one that I couldn't get in the last level because it didn't exist. I just love hanging onto ledges like that. So it feels so risky and dangerous that you can do this kind of stuff in this game. Now, if you kind of just keep getting up here, these things will fall down, but once you get over to one of these, it stays up. I think it might be the one right next to the chomper, or actually the chomper. No, it's right next to it. But anyway, you don't actually have to fight that guy. You can just run straight over his head. I always found that a really amusing way to skip that part. There's just absolutely no need for it. This level always had a lot of crazy cool stuff. Now you can see that these guards, they won't move if there's panels that will fall. So that's it's supposed to key you in to the fact that you will fall if you don't pay attention to what you're doing. There's actually a ceiling panel that will fall down up here if you really want to go for it, but there is absolutely no need to go for it. This was always a cool part. You get hit there and you have to grab on again. I found that so amazing as a kid. I really love that. But yeah, that panel in the ceiling over there is just for a regular health potion, so nothing there to actually find and enjoy. Come here, buddy. I'm gonna knock you straight out of the screen. And you are dead. I don't know why they put the panel down here. It always made me think that there was going to be some kind of trick to getting down there, and there never was. It was always a little bit disappointing that there was nothing special about that. But the rest of the level is pretty amazing. Welcome to the final level of Prince of Persia. Yeah, this game is really short, but it's worth playthrough. Getting to know all the things that you can do in this game. It really is worth at least a playthrough from someone who has never played this game before, because it can truly be a lot of fun to really learn this and be able to get through it. It makes you feel kind of accomplished to go through this, because it is not an easy game. Not an easy game. People who have who've just started this game will definitely have trouble with it. You're not going to find yourself just whipping through this game with ease. It is not that kind of game, but it is certainly a lot of fun. I think I've probably played through this game, I don't know, maybe, probably 50 times or something. I really loved this game. I just kept on playing until I was really good at it. That was my thing as a kid. Play Prince of Persia, eat dinner, do some homework, that kind of stuff. That was just a lot of fun. Alright. Get some smashing going on. Just have myself hit there, because if you're leaning down, you'll actually take 2 points of damage. But because you're taking that 2 points of damage, you will be able to get up right away. Whereas in normalcy, I killed myself. But normally you will you'll only take 1 point of damage, but you'll be stunned for a little while. Which, depending on your preference, it can be easier to be stunned for a bit versus not being stunned. I don't know. I usually avoid getting stunned at that point in the game. I don't know why. There's some tricks you can actually do here, glitches that you can do where you can jump through the ceiling. I know I've seen some videos of it, because you'll notice when I'm going up here again, once I do get up here, that there's a sword up there, which is actually the sword of, I imagine, your shadow. But if you do it correctly, you can actually, I don't know why I stopped there, but you can actually manage to get that sword. I think what you do is you climb up one more level, and then you kind of glide back and forth until you can manage to get a jump going. The problem with jumps is you need at least 2 panels of space to start a full jump, or it won't be a jump. You'll just fall down. That's something that a lot of people have trouble with this game, is they don't realize that you need that 2 panels in order to be able to jump across something, and they'll think that the game is not responsive. And in some ways, yeah, it doesn't feel responsive, But in others, you have to remember that this game was actually designed after someone who was running and skidding around and all that kind of stuff. So it's really neat how this game actually got designed here. All right, now I can put my sword away as I hit him. He's your shadow, but if you don't hit him once before, he'll end up killing you. Invisible panels. I always love that part. So the main issue with that is if you try to put your sword away too soon, you'll end up allowing him to kill you because of the one-hit kill there, which is what I ended up doing, and that's a problem. But if you go up to him fast enough and get a hit off, then you can put away your sword and he'll kind of follow your movements. Hey Jafar, how's it going? Let's do a kick-ass battle, shall we? I've actually seen someone do this battle and just kind of fall down that hole, and then Jafar, he comes up and he tries to attack. But as he's coming up, the guy comes out of the pit, gets behind Jafar, and just knocks Jafar into the pit with one hit. I thought that was hilarious, but it's not an epic battle. It really isn't. It's very disappointing to just kill Jafar like that. It's a lot more fun to actually go through that battle and do it properly, in my opinion. But let's go and save ourselves a princess. Hey, mouse! I love that mouse. Hope you've all enjoyed this really short Let's Play with a little bit of lag here and there. And I'll see y'all later in another Let's Play. Bye for now, everyone.